Trevor, it's good to be here.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, now we talked about coming out here a couple times, but I haven't been able to make it, but I'm taking a trip out this way and finally be able to out here to see your location. It's a pretty good location. And how long have you owned it?
I've had it for about 9 years now. December was 9 years for me. So.
Okay. Now, I remember you saw one of the podcasts, is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Yeah, and you reached out. I remember I was on vacation. We talked on the phone while I was on a long drive and went and looked at, through Google, looked at your location. Looked like a great location. But what kind of struggles were you having, for the first 8 years?
First 8 years, running old equipment. I ran 2 old DNS 5000s.
Okay.
They were workhorses. They still washed cars well, but it was constant maintenance. I was always down here. It was hard to step away from work. I mean, with a car wash, people think you just come down and collect the change and dump the trash and you're on your way. It's not like that, especially with old equipment. I was always down here. You have to be. So.
Gotcha. So you were running 2 bays,
Yeah.
2 old DNS machines. And so how long have you had your one Petit in?
My one Petit went in the end of March. We'll call it April 1st. I think I went live March 28th, but April 1st. So
it hasn't even been a full year yet.
Nope, has not.
So we were talking earlier, what kind of increase have you seen with your one Petit compared to your 2 other ones?
It's hard to say exactly because my old system, I wasn't able to keep an eye on the numbers, but business has easily probably doubled with the amount of cars I'm washing in a single bay.
In a single bay.
Yeah.
Now, when we had the conversation on the phone, because it's been a while, when I mentioned that, hey, we have a lot of people that replace 2 bays with 1 bay, what was your thought? Do you remember that conversation, or did you think you had to get 2 machines off the bat? I
do like the thought. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the thought of having a second machine. Just if something happens or were to happen, you can't prepare for that. I'm getting to the point where I'm seriously thinking about a second machine, but I didn't expect one machine to be able to do what the 2 machines.
Double than what 2 were doing.
Yeah,
so I guess that was the point. A lot of people, when your numbers aren't as crazy strong and you're thinking, you know what, I need to rehab this site, I need 2 machines. So the Petit is doing 4 times what 1 machine was doing because you're doing double what 2 machines was doing. And we just try to coach people like, hey, just start with 1 machine. And then it's really easy, if you're financing, whatever you do, it's really easy to go to the bank afterwards after you have a year or so under your belt to get a second machine if it justifies it. But really, genuinely, 1 Petit is typically 50 to 100% more of what anybody else can do out there regarding volume.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've had the same experience then.
I have. Yeah, it's the hardest part now is finding time to do maintenance on the machine because now with the monthlies, my washes are spread out throughout the day. I mean, I used to hit a wall at 5 or 6 o'clock and people would stop washing cars. I've got cars at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night now. So finding time to do maintenance on the machine, which is very little, by the way.
Yeah.
It doesn't require a whole. It's much easier than what I was used to with my old machines.
Yeah.
But finding the time to actually do it. And so late night, if I've got to do it, is probably the best time. So.
Did you look at a lot of other machines, or?
I had the 2 DNSs. I was originally looking at the DNS, the IQ 2.0s.
Yep.
And I was kind of going that way. I was in a unique spot with the guy that had helped with my building and the previous machines, built it for the original owner. He's in the process of retiring, so it kind of allowed me to expand and look out further. The Petit, it was a little more expensive, but once I looked at it, once we visited and came and spent the day with you, I was sold on the Petit. Beyond DNS and Petit, I did not really look much further.
Gotcha.
So
it's real easy to see. You have a little bit of a mechanical background.
A little bit.
Yeah. So when you look at it and put your hands on it, it's easy to see why it's different, why it's a little bit more expensive, and
it's built. I mean, in a lot of the things that you don't, just a quick glance, you don't realize it until you go and visit the factory.
Yeah.
You can really appreciate it, especially once you see it in action.
Yeah. So. Now, what was your thought process? You have any inhibitions before spending the money, or what was your thought process for the purchase?
I had to do it. It was time. I was spending way more money trying to keep my machines going. I hated the fact that I had the rails on the floors. That was my biggest thing. I wanted to get rid of the rails.
People do not like rails.
And you're limited to vehicles you can wash. I mean, there's a lot of factory vehicles now with wider stances that you can't, run through. Raptors being one of them, or the Rebels, the Dodge Rebels, or. So I cringed every time someone would bring a vehicle like that through.
Yeah.
So
the what was your expectation and how Now that you've had it probably like 8-9 months, did it exceed your expectations, or what was your expectations going in?
It's completely exceeded my expectations. It has been. I have nothing but positive things to say about the Petit. It's a true workhorse. You know my conversations. I was very concerned about the monthlies and going that way.
Yeah.
But it's been amazing.
So explain. Yeah, let's talk about the monthlies a little bit. What was in the monthlies in general? How has your life adjusted? What did you have to change with the monthlies? How has your business changed? That kind of thing.
Monthlies are something you have to learn to adjust to. I do have people that will use a lot of their washes.
Okay.
But I've learned, and even talking with you, that when you have cars here going through, traffic generates more traffic, and it has. It's really helped draw people here. People see cars going through there and may have never been here before. They pull through, and I've got a lot of new customers because of the monthlies.
Yeah.
It's an allure, bring them in because the monthlies, once they try the wash and see how well it works, and then the monthly is a very fair program.
It is a fair deal.
It's been very beneficial. So.
You got a fair amount of people on family plans?
I do, and the families, they don't sign up for the families as quick, but I think once they try it and they get hooked on it, then you'll see a second and third car. And I do have a lot more family plans now, but they haven't come as quick as just the single wash.
Okay.
Which I'm fine with that too.
Yeah. Typically the family plans too don't have the same frequency per car. So family plans are kind of a win across the board. You give them a great deal. You got your mom, and dad and daughter and son, and everybody's on it. So you're giving them a better deal, but they're not using it as much as like a single person. At least that's what I've seen.
Yeah, and I do have the family plan is very aggressive for that second vehicle.
Okay.
Third, fourth, and fifth, just the way I have it set up. It's not as aggressive, but I do have a lot of multi-vehicles. I actually just had a business come through. They wanted to do something for their their employees, and rather than doing 10 individual monthlies, I was able to stack. They had 10 employees, 2 full family plans, which is a win-win for everybody.
It is a win for everybody.
Yeah, I did have to spell it out that this is how many washes on average they're going to get for each customer, because the wash numbers are different per vehicle added.
Yeah.
But they were very happy with it. I'm happy to add 10 customers at once.
As long as it's fair and people know, like you said, you spelled it out. That's really important. If you tell people what's going to happen before it happens, they're happy with it. As long as it's a fair deal. Yeah. So what was your experience with your installer? How was that?
From Bob, from the first call to the first time we turned the wash on, it was nothing but great things to say. Very fortunate. I was nervous. I'd been working with someone locally who actually built the building, like I said, for the original owner. It's hard to step away from somebody you're very comfortable with, that you had a 9-year relationship, and I still have a relationship with him. He does still help some on the self-serve side.
Great.
He is stepping away slowly, so I'm going to have to find, and I'll have no issues, working with them on the self-serve side, but I've tried to keep both of them happy for now. Yeah. Just because he's local.
Yeah.
Bob is about an hour and a half away, but his install guys, Walter, has been fantastic to work with. We talk pretty regularly just to chit chat and catch up. So
having a good relationship, having good installers, I tell you what, that's everything. Yeah, and Bob has been a great installer, and he does a good job. He's quite a character. He's a lot of fun to deal with too.
He is, yeah.
So how have your customers reacted to the machine?
They're very happy. Again, I go back, I've got nothing but positive feedback. I used to cringe when the phone would ring because I was worried about what happened. And I don't get those. I get people calling saying, we love the new wash. How do I sign a second vehicle up?
Awesome.
It's all positive. I don't even know if I've had a complaint about the new wash. We've dialed it in a little bit. I've changed a few things on the recipes and stuff like that, the wash speed, as you know, but it's all been good feedback.
Yeah, how have the customers reacted to the speed? So how long was your old wash, and as of right now, like your wash is like in the 3-minute range right now, 3.5?
Yep. So my old wash used to be beeper to beeper was, I think that's the right way to call it, but it was about 6 minutes, maybe a little over 6 minutes. This wash, and I don't run the traditional Petit recipe or wash package. I was running a 7 pass. it's a show.
Yeah.
And I was at about 3 minutes and 45, 3 minutes 50 seconds based on the length of the vehicles. I've got it down to a 6 pass now, and I'm running just over 3 minutes. So I eliminated 1 pass. I'm still putting the same product down, but I've actually combined my tri-foam and ceramic on a single pass. And just that alone, I was able to eliminate like 35 seconds.
Awesome.
And then we did mess with the speeds just a little bit.
Okay.
I did this for the winter wash days, the really sunny winter days.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I'll go back at this point. We'll see, because I was concerned that there might be a little bit of pushback because you don't have the show, and it's been the opposite. I don't think anybody really cares. And getting cars through is good for everybody.
It's good for everybody. Speed is good for everybody. Everybody listen to what we're saying. Speed is good for everybody.
I used to get really nervous when there was 6 or 7 cars in line, because you see a car pull off and then another car pulls off. It's not uncommon on those special winter days that we all hope for to see 10, 11, 12 cars. I've had cars actually waiting out in the street on those days, 12, 13, 14, 15 cars. So for a single machine, that says something about the wash.
It does. And just to reiterate, you're washing twice as many, the site is washing over twice as many cars with half the bays. With one bay, you're washing twice as many cars as we were two. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. Any other comments of dealing with Petit or the company or the experience?
I haven't had to call Petit. I mean, I've reached out to you a couple times just to check in and say hi. It's nice when you don't have to call and ask for service. The guys I have talked in service have been incredible. I love the interface because they can jump online and actually show me what they're doing. I can watch it live in real time, and they walk me right through it. I don't remember the gentleman's name that helped me with the winter wash package, but we were on the phone for 15, 20 minutes, just a very amazing call, and showed me how to go back to the old wash, and it's just a click of a couple buttons, and I can put it back if I decide to go back.
Yeah. And one thing I forgot to ask you about, I didn't realize this, and you probably told me this on the phone, but I forgot. Driving out here, there is a big tunnel wash really close to you.
There is.
Like half mile?
Yeah, it's probably closer to a mile.
Okay, closer to a mile away.
And it was an old car wash.
Much better location, because you're a little bit hid away here.
Yeah, I'm a B location for sure. It does help that I have the gas station, so it does kind of pull some traffic in. There's a restaurant right behind me.
Okay.
So you do have some captive audience, but a lot of people don't. I didn't even know about this wash, 6 months prior to me buying it.
Yeah.
I just stumbled across it and found out there was a for sale by owner sign out front.
Yeah.
But the new wash down the street, it's been there probably a year and a half now.
Okay.
It was pretty concerning. He tore an old rundown tunnel wash and built this car wash mahal. It's a
nice
very
looking wash.
It is, and he's very well known in the area.
Okay.
I had some concerns at first, but we attract a different customer. The touchless is a completely different customer, and I do still have the self-serve, which brings another type of customer in.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much it has hurt me, if it has.
Okay. So it's good to hear. So you over doubled your numbers with a brand new wash, about a mile away. That's very encouraging for a lot of people. And you were mentioning it's a different customer. There's a lot more going on, and those who watch a lot of my stuff, they'll see it's not just that you're grabbing all the people that want touchless, more than you think want touchless. But even more than that, a lot of people are intimidated putting their car in neutral. And you grab a lot of that. Have you had females or your wife or anybody comment on being less intimidating?
All around, it's less intimidating. I go back to the rails before. I had a lot of people, they'd come through once, they were once and done. Just because the rails, you bump them. Some people don't have that feel of the tires are turning left and it's wanting to jump over the rails. The wide open bay concept, I don't think there is an intimidation factor anymore.
There isn't.
Pull in. My machine now, or my old machine, did not tell you to back up. So this one, if you pull in too far, it's nice that it actually has a sign that tells you to back up.
Yep.
Before it was, you had to feel if you were on the in position treadle or not.
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore. It's
way more elegant, simpler, open.
Yep.
Yeah, fantastic.
And actually, if you move in the middle of the wash, if you don't put it in park and you move, it's actually still
The machine's following it.
it's following the car. It sees that. Whereas before, is if you move, it shuts the wash down, and they have to figure out where they were, what they did. So
Yeah. So how have your calls went down?
The
Your phone calls for something going wrong.
phone calls for something going wrong are, I don't get them anymore. Most of the calls now are, hey, where are you at? I see, you've got pretty good reviews. I want to come check your wash out. So
Sweet.
it's been positive.
Yeah, and you come across very humble, but you've done a great job marketing. So you went all in on the local community, American classic car wash, so the American way, and community and that kind of thing. And that seems to be working really well for you on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, I'm going through a rebranding right now. It's always been American Classics Car Wash, even with the original owner. I'm a car guy by nature.
Yeah.
I am part of the car community, so
Yeah.
I wanted to stick with that. I kept the name, but just recently I've started incorporating more of the American flag into my logo.
Yeah.
Which I think is important.
Yeah, we'll get some shots in here because it's a beautiful, beautiful bridge cover.
Yeah.
Custom bridge cover is great.
Bridge cover is one of my favorite parts of the wash. It's
Yeah.
Your graphics company really nailed it. They knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
So
they do a great job. It's like a $1,200 option, and that is like the cheapest $1,200 you'll ever spend. It just looks so good. I tell people, I probably say it too much. My favorite part of the whole website is the custom. Just go down the list,
custom
and you can
management.
scroll all the custom bridge graphics. Oh, they're really good.
Yeah, so I had a vision with the graphics of what I wanted in my head. I wanted the American flag. I wanted a classic car, and I kind of told them. They shot me the graphics over, and I think the only thing we changed was the color of the car. I think they had a red car originally, and I said, let's try it with blue. And they sent me like 2 or 3 different color blues, and I said, that's the one. And it was amazing. I mean, it was exactly what I was looking for.
They do a good job.
They do.
It's
And
pretty sweet.
they follow my page. Any chance I get to tag them, there's some fun back and forth on social media.
Yeah.
So I've kept in touch with them, Mike and Mel. I
Yeah,
think.
from Umco.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've been great.
Yeah, they did the graphics design for the Petit bridge covers.
Yeah.
They do a great job. Been a great relationship there. Yeah. Any other comments about Petit?
No, I wish I'd have done it sooner. I started talking about this pre-COVID. I knew when I bought the wash, it was time to upgrade the equipment. I just wish I'd have done it sooner. COVID kind of put brakes on everything. I was scared.
Question marks. We don't know what to do. No one knew what to do.
Scared to spend the money, but I wish I'd have done it sooner. So.
Yeah, I hear that a lot, but but we understand, and I understand. Like, I mean, it's a big investment.
Yeah.
But when people modernize their wash, speed it way up, have a more open bay, and it's nervous for me because like people like yourself saw me on a podcast, you called, and I don't take it lightly. I'm looking at the site, and I'm, oh man, this looks like a pretty good site. Even though you're like, it's a B site, but your stacking was from behind the building, which is really good, and it's nervous to even guide people, but we thought you could do a lot better, especially with monthlies, and you made the right move going with monthlies. That really helps pay for your investment much quicker when you go with the monthlies. Maybe 5 years from now you could get these same numbers, but you have them now.
Yeah.
You have them 9 months in. You got the numbers we're doing with monthlies, and it's all about monthlies. A lot of in-bay owners, it's worth considering that. So, great. Well, I appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
All right.